Who doesn't love bonus rounds? I have for years. I remember sitting at my favorite Wheel of Fortune slot machine in the high limit room at the downtown Cincinnati casino, winning hand pay after hand pay. One night I got 6 hand pays on a Wheel of Fortune machine, but all of them were won by getting the bonus spin. Uh, uh, but not all of them, but a few of them were, half of them. And I remember getting so many bonus spins, which resulted in a win, not a hand pay, but a win, which I noticed was the lowest amount on the spinning wheel. So I'm going to share this image for you uh, right here. Um, yes, 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 yes. Come on, you can do it. You can do it. There we go. Okay. And so this is the spinning wheel. Pardon for the blurriness. I just won a $5,000 hand pay, and my hands were shaking just a smidgen. But if you were to look closely at the numbers on this screen, and I'll just put it away because I want you to be able to see me. Um, I was winning the lowest amount, but I'd get like 20 or 30 of those free spins per session, and a session might be a couple hours long. Again, resulting in the minimum win and only very, very occasionally a jackpot resulting in a W2G hand pay. So low wins from bonus spins are not new, but it does seem different lately. And I'll dig into that issue in a moment. And of course, I'll be taking your questions because this is a live stream. I'm only saying that because, of course, the people who are live here now know it's a live stream, but you might be watching this after the fact. Hello to you watching this recording, especially to those of you who are watching me for the first time, and especially for those of you who are not watching me for the first time. I love everybody. Thank you for being here. Be sure to subscribe for notifications so you can have your questions answered the next time I do one of these. But either way, stick around and I'm sure it'll be of value to you, even if you are watching this after the fact. But those of you who are here live, thank you so much. Whether you're on Twitter, LinkedIn, my Facebook profile, or yes, here on YouTube as well, welcome. And if you have a comment, I will see it on the software that I use. While we're here, I'll say hello to Joanna, who is my moderator for today. I'm not sure if who else of my moderators are here. I have many. And um, thank you. Joanna is very wise. She says, like the live stream. Don't forget to like the live stream, Joanna says. Um, and thank you so much. So there, if you have a question, how this works is please use #question. This is a banner that I'm putting across the bottom of the screen. It can be a little hard to see if you're on a small phone. Please use #question at the beginning of your comment so that I can be sure to spot your question to me instead of the many, many, many comments in the live chat people have to each other. This is a community video where friends check in on how their slots play has been going lately and how their dog is and where are my cats? Kiri's over here. Yes, and everybody else is just kind of like, it's a warm day. We're going to take a nap. Okay. Right. So improve your slots play in 30 days or less. Improve your slots play in 30 days or less with my 30 days to play slots smarter and win. You'll also get 3 free valuable bonuses, plus 1 month free to my Slots IQ membership. Tonight's our Zoom meeting. It's always so much fun, where you'll get community support and accountability. Visit professorslots.com/30 days to learn more about the free bonuses, course content, and testimonials from participants. This is what that page looks like. It is very long. It has testimonials, a breakdown of what this course is about, the different sections, what's in each section, and it's not the same as taking the course, but it will tell you what's in the course. And I think you will enjoy it. Many, many, many people have. Also, this is where you would sign up for the course and what the main things you'll get from it: a course curriculum by lesson, title of the lesson, and feel free to look through that, and of course the bonuses you'll get from it. Now, uh, I also have several courses as of Sunday. I was announcing this last week. I have several courses which are available, including my Slots Enthusiast 30 days to play slots smarter and win. But I also started very recently a couple of other courses, small courses, for to help people because they'd requested it. So here is a free course on keeping track of complimentary gifts. And there's also a course that is twice as long, which would be how to keep track of gambling expenses to get gambling deductions. Not everybody gets gambling deductions, but you're only one jackpot away from doing it if you can't already. So do them before you need it. And because I was selling the spreadsheets to many people and giving it away as a free bonus in the class, I wanted to give the course, in addition to the spreadsheet templates, the course explaining out how to use them, which I had never done before, and made that $17 off because of the spreadsheets, if you have them, you paid $17 for them. So I reduced the price, but I'm only doing that for a little while, until Sunday at midnight, September 18th, this coming Sunday, 3 days, 8 hours away. And the price then will go up to its regular price of $37. So that is how long you have to get the $17 off for this. And all you need to do is go to courses.professorslots.com. And that is where you will find that. Right. So please don't worry, Elaine. You missed. You're not late. You're not late. So let's get back to bonus rounds and what's going on with them lately all over the gaming industry. Wheel of Fortune machines, it's always good to know the history and where we've come from to know where we're going and where we're at. So Wheel of Fortune machines are the most popular slot machines. You may not know that, but they have been for years. International Gaming Technologies, IGT, offers nearly 500 variations of this game. They haven't offered 500 variations of this game in the lifetime of the game. They offer 500 variations right now for sale. and so stuff that they've sold and no longer provide are still out there. So there's many more than 500 variations that you would see, not just changes in denomination, but entirely different games, but they have a wheel at the top, right? So IGT offers many of those, and getting a bonus round is very simple. Either get spin symbols across all the physical reels on some versions, or just the last reel on others, usually only possible to activate when the maximum bet is made. And then the big wheel at the top of the machine starts spinning for everyone to see. How many times have people standing around me shouted, "Big money," while I don't even look up or, look over the wheel to see the smallest possible value it could land on? Not the $5,000 or the $10,000 hand pay, as shown here in my terrible image. It's blurry, but 5,500, 1,250, which is a hand pay. That's 150, 125. So as I go over this, I'll explain a little bit more here. So, I hardly ever looked up. If I'd get the smallest jackpot for, out of the 30 times I would get the spin, and people would say, "You get a lot of spins." And I'm like, and very few of them are hand pays. I would not land on the $5,000 or on the other Wheel of Fortune machine I like to play a couple of times, $10,000 jackpot. Although I have gotten those more than once, but rather the lowest at $100, or the two at $125. or the two at $150, or the two at $200, or the two for $250, one for $300, and two for $375. That's 12 out of 22 possible wins. 15 out of 22 if you include the three $500 win amounts. On the machine I most often played, 7 out of 22 were worth $625 or more, and only 4 out of the 22 were over the $1,200 limit for hand pays. I got the lowest hand pay amount of $1,250 on the bonus spin for 13 out of my 90 hand pays in 9 months before winning a car. That's just over 14% of the time. On the other hand, I did get the top jackpot of $5,000 on this bonus spin 3 times. So that was nice. So what we're seeing lately, this history of my experience and sharing what's coming out with bonus rounds, what we're seeing lately was already there a few years ago. It's a card that slot machine manufacturers know how to deal, as it were. The casinos love having that option. The point with Wheel of Fortune machines is to see the bonus wheel spinning, not just for the player, hardly ever for the player, but for everyone watching. And a lot of people are watching. They can see that high wheel spinning from a long way away because machines in front of it are short and are not blocking the view. And casinos give careful consideration to where they place such machines with their high wheel, essentially a valuable marketing tool. So many people are able to watch it. But today's topic isn't about the most popular slot machine ever. It's about bonus rounds. Wheel of Fortune machines are just the reason why casinos know that bonus rounds are useful marketing tools. They learned that from them long ago. And now, because bonus rounds are booming, there's so many of them coming out on new machines, casinos use what they know. Bonus games are popular. Maybe that's because you genuinely like them. But casinos are also aggressively marketing them at you, and you've responded. My goodness, how you have responded. Who doesn't like bonus rounds? Everybody likes them. Somebody's trying to call me. Who doesn't like bonus rounds? Everybody likes them, which is a problem for slots enthusiasts. Casinos track which machines you play through your players' club cards. Not, just like your grocery stores know what foods you like because you use your little card. That's marketing data for both grocery stores, and that marketing data is used by grocery stores and casinos. That's put to good use. The gaming industry evolves. It's almost a living, breathing organism. It grows and changes with time, sometimes in a short amount of time. We're seeing a lot of that now. When the pandemic hit, slot machine manufacturers kept working. Not with slot machine manufacturing, all those people went home, but because all casinos closed for 1 or 2 or even 3 months. No, game designers who worked from home anyway kept working. And the marketing data they got from just before the shutdown hit was basically, I'll paraphrase, go nuts making games with more and better bonus rounds. Those were their marching orders. And so they did. They had time to create these games because they worked from home and slot machine manufacturing, was at a halt. And so their part of their job, which was to support the manufacturing side of the business, left them with less work. So they devoted more time to designing games, the games people were asking for. Well, the games casinos were asking for because people were telling the casinos what they wanted. Then casinos opened back up. But as you may remember, slots enthusiasts were hesitant to visit casinos when many other people had recently been sneezing over or just plain touching the bet buttons. Remember plexiglass partitions and every other slot machine being shut down? That was not that long ago. That's something you'll be able to tell your grandkids about someday, and they won't believe you. So the gaming industry evolves. Slot machine designers built a bank, or technically in the financial statements to the SEC.gov, they call it a library of new game themes with lots and lots of new and interesting bonus rounds, bonus games, both innovative and never seen before. And slots enthusiasts came back to casinos, what, about a year ago, September 2021, fall of 2021, which is right about when casinos partially relaxed their purse strings and began purchasing new slot machines to replace their worn out machines, which they normally would have replaced a long time before. They would not have kept them for as long as they did. But all that financial decisions, which is part of winning at slots, is to understand the major themes going on with casinos on their finances. That the closing of all casinos abruptly, wow, that scared them badly. And we're barely even over that. I mean, it's been a year since things kind of improved. We can see that in return statistics, which I provide reports on. We can see that, and they're just getting new machines now. But eventually, they made new purchases, a few purchases for like it's $20,000 a pop for each slot machine. And wow, did you love the new bonus rounds? But you noticed what I'd noticed years ago. The win after 657 free games was $500. I won't show you my Facebook group for Professor Slots enthusiasts. It's a private group, and you have to be a member in order to see it. So I just don't share it publicly. But if you go to, I have 57 Facebook groups. Honestly, I do. Facebook kind of like looks at me and goes, we're not sure. You feel a little sketchy about you. But yes, I have 57 Facebook groups. My largest Facebook groups and my largest is Professor Slots Enthusiast. If you go to professorslots.com/FB, feel free to sign up. I get sometimes 200, 250, close to 300 signups in a day, and it keeps me really busy. And lately it's been ticking back up. So yes, a Professor Slots enthusiast, in a couple of months, it doubled and then doubled again and then doubled again and then doubled again, and jumped to 18,000. Nothing I did except word of mouth. Anyway, if you go to each professorslots.com/FB, you click on any one of these and it'll take you to your Facebook, and you can choose to join. And I will approve it immediately after this live stream. Right. And so the one that I'm talking about, the 657 free games on a 60-cent bet, where Sean mentioned this about her mother. That was a win that someone posted. People post a lot of wins. That win was posted 3 days ago, and it really inspired this live stream. Even though I'd been working on this, I wanted to give you a recent example. 657 free games, 60-cent bet, $500 total win when it was all over. Now, Sean didn't say how long it took for her mother to play 657 free games. She did say that her mother had a chance to go to the restroom. I figure 15, 20, 30 minutes maybe. If she just sort of didn't hurry it up, didn't try to cancel anything, just let it play as slowly as it can. But 657 bets for $500. That's an average of 76 cents per free game. And you would have thought it would have been worth at least a hand pay, right? I mean, I think it's awful that some of the things that slot manufacturers do for marketing purposes, for casinos, their customers, the casinos. You're not their customers. Casinos are their customers. Are they making a joke that they deliberately misunderstood survey questions, where they got a survey response from casinos who asked us surveys occasionally through our Players Club, and one of them may have gotten many results from different casinos from whom they'd heard people say, I love bonus rounds. Please give me bonus rounds. And because You, I, us, because we didn't say we wanted money with those bonus rounds. They gave us bonuses where it was like pennies and winnings. People have shared on my live stream, on my Facebook groups, on all the different ones, all the different states. $1.50 winnings from 57 bonus rounds on a $2 bet. What is that? Yes, you said you wanted bonuses, but you never said you mentioned money. I feel like they're pulling our leg, that they're trying to joke with us or with us or something, but they're deadly serious. Players get upset at such small wins after so many bonus rounds. Has that happened to you? Are you seeing that too? Comment beneath this video, or if you're here live on YouTube, comment in the live stream if you're seeing this. Um, and the results are coming in. There are a few other things to watch for with bonus games, because just so you can go, and not be surprised, and maybe take advantage of possible. Slot machine game designers had time to be innovative. They may never have it again. 1, 2, 3 months of just working without having to deliver anything, just stockpiling it in their library. They had a chance to be innovative. They had a chance to try new stuff, like bringing into brick and mortar casinos a long-term popular bonus feature from online games for an extra $20 or $45. One new slot machine, some of these new slot machines give you the option to be guaranteed a bonus round. The bonus round will activate if you pay extra. Now, those of you that took a breath and didn't immediately abandon this live stream in your excitement to go check at your local casino if they have this now, and I appreciate the enthusiasm of those that just took off. I can look at the YouTube live statistics and just see the precipitous drop. But the downside is that those machines don't pay much. That's the catch. They can pay. Yes, it is possible, but it's worse than only 18 out of 22 possible outcomes not resulting in a hand pay, like on my favorite Wheel of Fortune machine, that only 4 outcomes out of 22 would be a hand pay. Now, I won 61 of my 90 hand pays in 9 months before winning a car on my favorite Wheel of Fortune machine. I had a couple, but I had a favorite, and I won 61 hand pays out of my 90 for 9 months before winning the car. And you can be successful at it, but you got to understand where things have come from, where they're going, and some of the things to avoid, as well as try to take advantage of. So spinning the bonus wheel on a Wheel of Fortune this is the other thing. Spinning the bonus wheel on a Wheel of Fortune machine takes less than a minute. After it's over, if a hand pay doesn't need to be serviced, the machine goes back to earning its keep. Players make bets again after only a short interruption. The casino goes back to making money again with that machine. Not so with modern bonus games. How long does 657 free games take to play out? When you're not trying to hurry it along, you're just sitting there and watching. 15 minutes? Half an hour? More? That's a lot of lost bets for the casino. What are they getting for that lost revenue? They're getting free marketing. But reducing how much is won with so many bonus games is only natural. Why lose revenue from a machine not accepting bets and then have a payout for a large hand pay? It's like a double hurt on the casinos. So if they can't get the machine back up and running by making it a short bonus, like they did for years, then at least they can reduce how much is won. Now, from a legal standpoint, this is perfectly fine. I mean, it's a simple analysis. The average return in Nevada is 93%. In Indiana, it's 90%. Everywhere else is basically in between for the state average, between 90% and 93%. But 90 some percent of nothing is nothing. If the slot machine is running free games for half an hour with no bets being made, what's the legally required return for that half hour? Nothing. Because the game is that whole time not accepting any bets. But we don't have to like that. We don't, we don't like small wins for a half an hour or so of free games, even though that's financially and legally justified. So, but we don't like that at all. And this is where casinos, asking for this, and slot machine manufacturers not talking casinos out of getting it, are starting to see a big, big problem. Their reputation, perhaps the secret of their success as a casino, is taking a hit, a hard hit. Yes, a lot of casinos do stuff that reduces the reputation. Hard Rock, Tampa, yeah, uh, and which is beginning to affect all Hard Rocks everywhere. So many casinos don't have extra reputation to give up, to extra reputation to go around. They're already at rock bottom because of their other choices they've made and are now having to live with. And then many bonus games being worth next to nothing after a long wait is hurting them. Surprise! Eventually, like with all new renovations in the gaming industry, and it's amazing when there's more and more renovations like now, how this all works out. You can just watch them pop off and vanish immediately because they thought it would work and they didn't work out. There's so much going on in these new renovations and the changing gaming industry, not just for slots but for other areas. But like so many other things, it'll work itself out in the gaming industry. Either casinos will accept the hit to the reputation, adjust to it. They'll get rid of most of those machines with this new feature because people aren't playing them because people are so upset. Or the next great thing will come along and they can obscure whatever it had happened with the latest and greatest. Well, maybe it'll be a great thing. Maybe it won't. Maybe it'll be another big problem. What's their success rate anyway? So bonus games are currently a pretty messed up situation, however, even though we love them, and that doesn't mean we have to like them. Even though we love them, that doesn't mean we have to like them. Wow. How's that for your philosophical thought for the day? Improve your slots performance in 30 days or less with my 30 days to play slots smarter and win. Should have this up for you. Yes. You'll also get three free valuable bonuses plus 1 month free to my Slots IQ membership, where you'll get community support and accountability. Visit professorslots.com/30 days to get all the details of the free bonuses, the course content, what those are, the testimonials from participants. And if you visit courses.professorslots.com, you'll see all my courses, some of which are free. And these are for record keeping, for making most of gambling deductions. Okay, so how this works is ask your question. Start it off by saying #question, so I know that it's directed towards me, and because there's a lot of comments going on in a community video. And then I will talk for the next hour and a half. Live streams don't exceed 2 hours because that's when my voice gives out. And if I go up to 2 hours, it gets kind of scratchy for the next day. So I go as long as there's questions, and I got a couple of questions sort of people have asked in my live YouTube comments and elsewhere, emails and whatnot. So we'll see what the questions are, but let's check to see what people say. Yes, and somebody asked about Hetty. I don't see her. I brought out the dog mattress that she likes to be a little cat in the middle of it, and the dog lets her. But it is currently not occupied. If she comes around, if you spot her, let me know. If I see her, I'll let you know. Um, yes, Hetty is a cat named after the inventor of Wi-Fi. Let's see. And please, yes, hit the like button. Honestly, don't care if you hit the subscribe button because it's not it's a vanity metric, but the like button is actually functional. It does help YouTube sort of push this announcement out that I'm having a live stream about bonus rounds, and um, uh, and that's great to have. So it does help the show if you like. Serenity says, I've been guilty. I'd put in, fill in the amount through a machine and not one bonus round, despite good line pays. I'm slowly retraining myself to focus on whether or not I'm making money. If that's what you want, then that's what you want. There are people out there, and I get a lot of them saying, how do I get more bonus rounds? And I say, well, do this and this and this, and you'll win money as a consolation prize for not getting bonus rounds. And I didn't think I explained that to you quite as clearly as I said it in a comment just a day or so ago on YouTube. But they were like, "No, no, I think I'm okay with that. I think making money would be okay." Just like, wow, I really felt like I'm pulling teeth there. um, uh, oh, yes, Kiri says hello. Um, Little nibble on the knuckles. She's a calico that was over here, and now she's at my feet. Um, yes, there's a lot of misdirection. Why don't I use the technical term? There's a lot of marketing going on at casinos, and sometimes it's not very effective, and sometimes it's hugely effective, and people want bonus rounds. Was that because you like bonus rounds, or was that because you got subjected to marketing with the right color that affects your brain chemistry, and they use perfumes in the casino that makes you more susceptible. It's marketing is just amazing. There's can you see it right here? Maybe I'll do it this way. Right there, across the bottom, are all marketing books. I've read all of them. There's many, many tabs in it. This is important. This is important. Try to remember this. Try to remember this. And yes, Gary. Yes, yeah, I'll give you a good rub. But it's important. I've read all this, and I'm like, wow, where do you even get started? My yes, stop that. My approach to marketing is just to be kind, straightforward, and helpful. Uh, it helps. That's who I am. That's marketing for you. But there are other things going on. So if you suddenly get really excited about bonus rounds, but you aren't making money, and you're making money is your goal, what happened? Did somebody do something to you? Did you fall for marketing? Yeah. Yeah, Jill says, I have seen people winning so little during free games that they try to stop the machine, but you have to sit through it. I mean, there's some ways you can double press the hit button to kind of like make the current screen kind of like hurry to the end, but you can't hurry 657 bonus rounds, free games. You can hit the bet button to quickly get to the end on each of those 657 games, and it still takes a long time, and then your hands like cramped. Been there, done that. I am increasingly getting bored with these little wins, right? Yeah. Uh, I'm with you. I'm with you. I was bored with them way back in the day. Right there, $125. How many times did I land on that $120 or that $120? And or sometimes it was the woohoo, the $150 or the $150 over here, and I was just like, Ugh, this must have spun that wheel 100 times. Uh, you know, could have been. Yes, you want to come up here and see everybody. They want to see you. Um, wait a minute, it's 3:30 in Eastern time, and that's when she gets fed. Aha, mystery solved. Yeah. Um, Stop doing that or I'll call the dog. Uh, yeah, so that's exactly the whole point of having this live stream is to talk about, that very upsetting thing that's going on with bonus rounds. And you're exactly right. I am getting, is quote unquote, I am getting increasingly bored with these little wins, as is everybody. Yeah, it's a messy situation that is slowly going to get fixed, hopefully. Hashtag question. Excellent. How does the casino benefit from these lengthy, low paying bonus rounds? It is marketing, and usually it's in a highly visible location. Usually it's in a highly visible location. And so people will see that and they say, isn't that great? Isn't that wonderful? I wish that was happening to me. And the player who's sitting there going, not again. I'm going to have to I need to take a break and, maybe my daughter can watch while I go to the restroom. Um, you keep on doing that. I'm going to introduce you to the crowd. Um, Playing with the cats. So if it can get everybody excited, when they get more excited, they bet more. And that's what the casino gets from marketing. Of course, marketing is to make money, either to immediately get money or for people to be like, that casino has a reputation. I saw bonus rounds, let's go back. Whatever it takes for people to come back, feel good about their trip, all the different things that marketing provides. But then people who actually get those bonus rounds are like, no, no, that's not kind of a good thing, which was over, and I would like to get back to spending money instead of having to wait for my win. There, yes. So, excuse me, just a moment. Right. Yes. This is what thinking people understand. Marketing can go sideways so fast. Jill says, I think the strategy with little wins after a long bonus feature is going to backfire. Ain't that the truth? Yeah. So Serenity mentions a Cows Invaders game theme. It's notorious for not coming through in bonus rounds. Yeah, there are worse games and there are better games. Kind of this whole bonus rounds. I have an analogy for you. It's like the Las Vegas Strip. Okay, I noticed this during one of my our Zoom meetings, our Zoom group meetings for Slots IQ on Thursday night, a couple of Thursdays ago, and we, you know, we talked to one of our members who lives part time in Las Vegas and is retiring there. Okay, and we talked about, wow, 40 casinos, 40 casinos on the Las Vegas Strip. Isn't that great? We were all kind of like, I watched everybody kind of get like excited and stuff. And the person who lived halftime in Las Vegas, where they could see out their condo window, the Las Vegas Strip, they just looked at us like they were just tired. And they said, yes, 40 casinos is too many. And, it's the difference between watching from a distance, watching a hand pay, and then actually getting a hand pay that's so many bonus free games. And you're just like, I was supposed to go eat half an hour ago. And, the expectation, and this is where casinos and slot machine manufacturers went wrong. They were like, this sounds like a fine idea. It seems as though people would want that, but the actual experience is not anything like what people thought. And this is how the gaming industry grows and changes. Uh, Guru says, witnessed 1024. I've seen more than that. I was trying to find a picture from Foxwoods. Happened at 4:30 in the morning, and I was near the aisleway to the restaurant. If any of this makes sense, because my winning methods, I watched all this happen, and the person was just sitting there, and I think it was like a couple thousand, and it went for. I think I got there a little bit late, but I was there like 45 minutes. I think the whole thing must have lasted like an hour. I eventually went back up to my room. I had other things to do. Yes, like so many other things in gambling, chasing is a thing, and chasing bonus rounds is a thing. I get a lot of people who say, "How do I win bonus rounds?" And I'm like, "Do you mean money?" Well, and they're like, "No, how do I get bonus rounds?" And I'm like, "Sorry, all I can tell you is how to win money." Minka, hey Minka, good to see you. Machines are getting bigger, glitzier, taking up more space, don't they? Yes. How is that profitable for the casino? Because they can set those to be visible from a long distance, and that's a great experience for everybody. Few people win on them because they take more space, but one person is playing them, and it gets the audience excited to see, the wheel even turn if it has a wheel, or if it's like a bench in front of it, and it's a 5 physical real machine, and it's just like, the, the height of a barn, wall. It's just huge, and uh, people see that movement, and it's just excitement. A lot of research goes in the marketing. The colors matter, the lighting patterns matter. It's designed carefully. A lot of money goes into it, and they have an effect on people, where people can't get on that machine, so they find some other machine, and they lose on those because they've gotten spooled up. The whole chasing wins thing. It's psychology. Yeah, and that's part of the process. Now, I don't want to get into the math, but they know it's profitable because they determine how much money they make per square feet on average in the casino, and they put that in. If it's the first time anywhere, they put that in, and they let it run, and they determine whether or not they are making more than they usually would per square foot. Not on that machine, but on all the machines in the area. What's the average return per square foot for anywhere within a viewable distance? And what happened to that per square foot value after they put that machine in? And if it shot up, it's worth having. If it didn't shoot up, it's not worth having, and they'll get rid of it. Now, lots of machines are of this type. Okay, lots of big, trying too hard displays out there in casinos. And so the first time this is done, it's kind of a mystery as to what would actually happen. But slot machine manufacturers then take that data from that first casino, and if it's good, they tell the other casinos, you should get this machine because this is what happens to your per square foot income. And this is how much it goes up. And it goes up this much for this machine and this much for this machine. And this is what we will charge you for each. And it's your decision on which of these machines you would get, because they know from the marketing data what happens when they put one in. The first time it's a mystery, but the second time it's the casinos has expectations. Yeah, it's marketing. Gal says, question: why do you think people seem to keep trying for bonuses even after winning? Like bonuses are more exciting or something, right? I was okay with Wheel of Fortune machines, providing, the hitting the spin. I got lots of line hits, but for the spin, and I got lots of spin, it was more interesting to me to watch the people around me, all the people that sometimes when I was getting a lot of hits or a lot of spins, people would stand around me, and they would say, "Can we rub your shoulder?" And, they'd rub my shoulder and then I'd say, "No, no, 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 not too much, not too much." And they'd laugh at my jokes. Um, and when, you know, th- I was watching not the slot machine, I was watching the people around me and their reaction to having so many spins. And then, the wheel spinning and they're all saying, "Big money, big money." And I'm just like, it's going to be $125 because that's the lowest one. And it lands on $125. And everybody's disappointed. And I'm like, what? Have you been here like 10 minutes? Have you seen this like 5 times before in the last 10 minutes? So taking a hard look at it, we I'm beginning to better understand my audience. My audience actually kind of overcomes the brain chemistry of the marketing and says, "Wait a minute, what's going on here?" And those that pause and think are my audience. That's who my audience is. There's lots of people who have not yet, been able to quite uh, not quite been able to get over just the tremendous casino environment and its effect on them. Yeah. Guru is stating an opinion as fact, which you should watch for. Inflation is dropping, and gas prices are going down. And people will not play back their bonuses, thus our bonuses are smaller too. Sorry, Guru, there's also a logical error in your statement. But thank you, as always, Richard, for sharing. Jill, the casinos are becoming like shopping malls, right? Right? I would say it's I would say it's more like I don't want to say the word because there's this mouse and his first name may be Mickey. I don't want to say anything further. Let's just say a uh, roller coaster park. I'll say a roller coaster park. Casinos are becoming like roller coaster parks. Some of them even have little trains that drive around. Well, no, that's a mall that you're talking about. Yeah. You know, I was at a popular restaurant. I go sit by myself, uh, and and I was at the bar, and there was nobody else at the bar, and there was this little device where you pay with it, and there's no cable or anything. It's battery operated, and there's like 4 of them on the bar, and they all were sort of pointed toward me where I could see the screen, and they were all showing, "Play my game, play my game, play my game," and I'm just like, "I do this for work. I'm at lunch. Please stop." And I turned them down so they're face down just so I didn't have to look at them. It's not just, casinos are becoming more like shopping malls. Bars are becoming more like shopping bars, but like casinos. Games, shops, and every one didn't work for the malls, right? Right? The strip malls are. It's old. I mean, I remember it's such a social environment for shopping malls, right? People just went there to walk. Now people just only go there to walk, and it's not many of them. Yeah, yeah. I mean, I'm not trying to be nostalgic, and I'm just saying change happens. And to your point, Minka, who says, "I don't mind small wins because I go there with limited cash and want to stay for a few hours." Yeah, absolutely. If that works for you, but if you're there to make money, then chasing bonuses, as long as you understand what you get for your dollars, maybe it is what you want. Maybe you do genuinely like bonus rounds. Maybe it satisfies your gambling goal. But if you're being misled uh, to think, that you get longer play and not much money, uh, if that doesn't work for you, if that's not what you want, then you should know. And that's my point here in this live stream. Yeah. Um, uh, Sierra Serenacy says, "Confession, I do like the possibility of those multipliers in bonus rounds." Yes, I that's the other machine that I like to play, 5 times play. It's yeah, multipliers, they're just awesome. I like that. Danny, hi, Danny. Question: From observing and gambling, it looks like Vegas casinos took the payout percentage down again starting 9/1. Will I be able to see it on the monthly reports coming out of Nevada Gaming uh, Commission? So, when do you need to see it by? You can see it um, when September comes out. And you'll see it for September. That won't be until the middle of October. And if you need it before then, of course, you can't get it. There are a couple of states, 20 states offer return statistics. What's the last one I did? Maine. Maine does weekly, but only for the last 4 weeks. Once the month is over, then it's monthly and it's lost. And I think weekly would be awesome from Nevada. But then if they gave weekly, I'd want daily. So I'm always pushing. So yes, it depends on when you need it, but it would be there. What I would recommend for you is to go back a year, not 2 years because that was a pandemic, but go back 1 year and see how August 2021 compared to September 2021 and October 2021 and see how they were compared one to the other. You have to look up the three of them, but this will allow you to see what happens on average for the year. Now, you don't even have to do this, okay? You can go for the Nevada return statistics, there's a column for the current month, and then there's columns in the center of the page for 3 months average and then 12 months average. So you might be able to look at, well, that's all right. Yeah, it's a 12-month average. What you want to have is what was it 1 year ago? So that means looking it up 1 year ago. And so you could look up 1 year ago for September 2021 and have an idea what this September might be like. Yeah. I kind of think through the answers when people ask me questions. Somebody told me that recently. Yes, James, I have that. Somebody asked me a question recently, or made a comment. I think it was on the last live stream, or maybe the one before that. Thank you for the long answers. I'm not. I mean, sometimes I just like, there you go. That's the answer. And other times I'm like, well, if this is going on, I'm trying to understand your question. And if this goes on, then this goes on. And PS is what some people call me. And I think it's a short version for postscript. PS. I have more to say. James, yes. If you go to courses, let me share that with you. Courses.professorslots.com. Then you will see this course, and it will go up in 3 days, 8 hours. So basically, it's a long email. All right, I am going to do something I should not do, which is I am going to place the URL in the live stream. Before I do that, please do not click on it. You want to right click on it so you don't get booted, take yourself out of the live stream. Everybody understand? Okay, there it is. So that's where you can go, courses.professorslots.com, and that is where you can find my 3 courses, with the 4th coming not too long from now. Enjoy. Many people are excited about those return statistics and tell me it's well done. All right. So does this apply to Buffalo games? Buffalo games, are very popular. Not as popular as Wheel of Fortune, but very popular. And if it has bonus games, then it's all bonus games. I mean, this is not a new thing, as with Wheel of Fortune. It is an old thing. And so that's what you can expect. But what's new is when there's many games that take a long time And if the Buffalo games, the version that you play is, the Beast is, I think, the most recent version of Buffalo games that I played. But then there was Gold and there was others. If it has uh, um, retriggers, lots of bonuses, games possible depending on how much you bet. All that starts to indicate that they got the modern version, or maybe you just know that that machine has showed up and you haven't seen that version of Buffalo Gold before. But if it's a year old, then it would, potentially end quick and not make money versus not end quick and not make money. Okay. Again, it is possible to win on these. Yeah. Uh, and Danny says, "Thank you, Professor. Just finished the season here and entering the slow period, so maybe because of that. But in the past, actually, in the slow period, payouts went up. Yeah, that's the interesting thing, isn't it? One of the slow periods of the year. There's several. The slowest period is January, February, and January, February is, you know, in Las Vegas is when everybody leaves, and that's the super slow period. And the reason for all that is because everybody overspent for Thanksgiving and Christmas. All the customers everywhere in the country overspent. Again, marketing. I'm sorry. Is it Halloween yet? Is the candy been put out? Last time I went to the grocery store, a bunch of candy was out, and it's middle of September, and Halloween isn't for like a month and a half. They're a bit late, right? And when's the Christmas stuff going to come out? Before Halloween? So the marketing is something that a modern individual, uh, um, you know, and whether you're 60 or 20. Marketing is a way of life. You have channels, podcasts, Twitter accounts, or these influencers who use hate to and are making stinging comments and are sarcastic and all this other stuff. But if you meet them in person, they're the nicest people ever. It's just their stick. They're W.C. Fields. Was he nice in real life? I don't know. But go away, kid, you're bothering me. Was his persona. And so, yeah, there's a lot that is going on with payouts, and check the data for the states that have it, 20 states, and see what the end of the year is like, see what the holidays are like. And if it's not this year, check last year's to see what's going on. Again, 2 years ago was a mess. Because of pandemic and all that, if the casino was even open. And so I do these reviews on my webpage. I haven't got all of them done. This is where I'm at. If you go here, can you see my mouse? It says reviews. You click on reviews. There's articles. This is my most recent one for Maine, slots return. I did Louisiana, then before that, Kentucky, and then I have other trip reviews, which I need to get back into, but it's kind of expensive. Not to have the bankroll, because I usually make the bankroll back, sometimes more, sometimes less, 50% more, 50% less. But it's only a $300 bankroll, so it doesn't cost that much. But I'm finding that now that I have to use Uber, even my closest casino is like, the casino I want to go to is like 30 miles away, and it's like a $90 charge one way on Uber. And I'm like, dang, I can't make that much in profit on $300 because I have a 50% profit. It's like lose $30. And so I have to be careful. But if you choose, if you go here, you can find several articles. I've gone through about 10 of the states. I'm working my way through alphabetically. The next one is Maryland, which I've been trying to do like one a week. Haven't come close to having that publication schedule. It's more like once a month. But if you click on Maine, you'll be able to see graphs like this, which is the monthly return since they began tracking it for Hollywood and Oxford. They have two casinos, Hollywood Bangor and Oxford Casino. And right, do I have a map? Oh, I do not have the map on this one. Okay. And so you can see how for the first year, they were kind of neck and neck in the returns. But then one decided to do one thing and the other decided to do something else, except they switched 1 month. I double checked the numbers there. It wasn't that I got them backwards. It was maybe the state did, but they suddenly switched on 1 month. Be interesting to know if what was going on. But yes, if you go to Oxford, you have far better odds than you do if you go to Hollywood consistently for 3 years. What is that marketing, that programming adage that people share? Random is too important to leave to chance. Thanks to one of my moderators, Chuck, for sharing that programming adage. And Danny says, I will make a statement based on my and my local friends' gambling experience. Do not come to Vegas to gamble. You will be skinned alive. It is so bad. Some of us, including myself, decided to stop. We're seeing that in a lot of parts of the country. And it's cyclic. I wish it was like, the same period and truly a sign function, but it's more like, it's not a regular thing, except that if you look back a year, and who does? Nobody does. What do you mean? I remember somebody commenting on when I had the Colorado return to player. Wow, going to Colorado and playing slot machines that have the returns by slot machine denomination and choosing which machine to play by the better returns for the last 20 years. I have my favorite emoji right now, and it has been true for like all of this year because I've been learning so much, is the one that's where the mind blown, there's like a nuclear cloud above the head. It's just like, boom. I wonder if that's available on YouTube. Maybe it is. Maybe Joanna, if you can find that would be awesome if you could share. Mind blown. Or maybe I'll just do that. Yeah. Thank you, Danny. Danny is in Las Vegas and lives there. And this is the current situation. Good to know. I have people who were contacting me this morning by email asking about October. And so often what happens is it's terrible, it's great, it's terrible, it's great, it's terrible, it's great. The end of the year is great. January 2nd is terrible. It's like the biggest change ever, the whole year long. So it's like now only on there it is. Thank you, Joanna. I wish I could share this on screen, but it only shows up in YouTube. Oh no, it doesn't. It's really small. A little boom. Thank you, Joanna. Right. So, pretty close. Yeah. Right. Thank you. Thank you. Very much appreciated. Improve your slots gambling performance in 30 days or less with my 30 days to play slots smarter and win. You also get 3 free valuable bonuses and plus 1 month free membership to my Slots IQ group, where you'll get community support and accountability. Visit professorslots.com/30 days to learn more about the free bonuses, course content, and testimonials from participants. And if you go to courses.professorslots.com, you will see my other courses, including which I launched this last weekend on Sunday. One of them is, as it says, free. And I'll put you away, Joanna. Thank you. Oop, there we go. Yep. Have at it. See if you like the way I present things with the free one, and then that's what you get with the not for free ones, which, by the way, is the 7 gambling records secrets is only going to be available for $17 off for 3 days, 7 hours, 55 minutes. So 3 days, 8 hours, midnight Eastern time on September 18th. And then the price goes up to its permanent price. And the sale will be over. So, that's it. What a great live stream. You'll see me in my next live stream on Saturday at noon Eastern, when I'll tell you what I'll talk about. I'll be summarizing my 9 winning slot strategies plus one more for online slots. In the meantime, watch this video on how to successfully use a small bankroll to win at high limit